Hello, it's Monday, the 6th of April, 2009. This is Brian Shannon from alphatrends.net. The market's closed, and we had a volatile session here once again today as a lot of news from analysts regarding the financials helped create basically a battle between these analysts. We'll take a look at that in a moment. But the Nasdaq remains above this prior level of resistance, so it's encouraging to see that the market came down to this level near about $31.70 and did find some intraday support in there. And we closed with a green candle, although the market did lose 8 cents. And all the coloring of the candle means, if you're not familiar, is that the market closed higher than where it had opened. So if we take a look at the intraday action, you can see we still have this rising 5-day moving average, which does give us reason to stay very cautious as far as entering any new short positions. And since this rally began, we still remain well above, comfortably above the average price paid since March 10th. So the buyers do remain in control. We have seen that the market was pretty volatile again in here today. It saw the market was below and stuck below that daily VWAP. Then we saw it rise above and hold above that level as well later in the day. As far as some key levels, I think this area here near about 31.5 is where we find that 5-day moving average. It's also the prior level of resistance. If we give back this move up in here, then I think we could say see what I was mentioning was a possibility last week, which is from this failed move and this bullish trap, basically we could see a bigger move lower. The market doesn't want to make it easy for people, obviously, and it seems as though it's just going to keep going higher here, and a lot of times that's when the danger is high. We had 929 advancing stocks and 2,099 down today, so more stocks were lower than higher. We did finish with slight losses, but we remain above key levels. So what that tells you is just continue to be very cautious in here. The S&P 500 was up today. By the way, I am having a live event this evening. I'm not 100% certain I'll be able to have it recorded because I record on a different machine than I present on, which is the one I'm on right now. So there may be issues, so you might want to be sure to log in if you're interested in looking at individual stocks that look poised in either direction. But the S&P 500, we're back into this range that we had seen earlier in this year. It obviously remains bullish that we're above the prior level of support, which had been acting as resistance here. We've got a rising 10, 20, and 50-day moving averages flattened out. So I think that the worst is behind us for now, and as long as we hold above 80.5 or so, then we ought to continue to see the bulls maintain their control. We had seen a couple tests of the volume weighted average price since the March 10th rally began, and here we are up near the highs. We are seeing slightly lower highs and lower lows in here, but the sellers haven't, like I said, been able to gain control while we're above this rising 5-day moving average. We see intraday that there's some good opportunities on the short side, but later in the day the buyers came back in and took control of this market. So when we look at the 30-minute time frame, I think that this might have trapped some sellers in there, but again, we've got that rising 5-day moving average, so we want to give the benefit of the doubt for now to the buyers until we're probably, I'd say, back below this level in here, maybe near about 81.5, and that's 2 points away. Obviously, there's good short-term trades there, but I think the overall integrity of this rally will maintain as long as we can hold in the intermediate term above 81.5 or so. The Russell 2000 lost 78 cents today. Same type of story in here where we'd seen this prior resistance acting as support. We do have a rising 5-day moving average also in approximately that same area, so that adds this level, but just under 44 is an important level of support. If we break down through there, I think you want to be much more cautious and less forgiving with your stops on the long side. And the daily action in here today controlled by the sellers most of the day until we had that Meredith Whitney come on and talk bullish on the financials, and that kind of turned everything a little bit. So let's take take a look at the financials. Financials still really they're more neutral than anything, and that kind of it's interesting to see that the market kind of has been neutral here for the last 2 weeks. Now we're having these so-called big influential analysts battling down here. One of them saying things are horrible. One of them saying short term they're probably not as bad, which is what Meredith said, I think, and that it's still negative, but probably not horrible for the real short term. If for some reason these financials can clear this recent level near 975, though, I think we could be in for a pretty good little short squeeze higher, and that's something to definitely be aware of, because we have these higher lows, we have a rising 5-day moving average, and this level has been tested numerous times. If you were to get long on a move above that level, I think that your worst case stop probably goes below here. We'll have a rising 5-day moving average that ought to look something like this, that will be approximately where this higher low is right now. And again, if you're going to buy a higher high, the definition of an uptrend is higher highs and higher lows, so you would put your stop below this level, or maybe something that's more comfortable to you based on a shorter term time frame. But it's building once again in here, the momentum back to the upside. It's not breaking out, but it's building for that type of move, and it's we've clearly got this. We've seen this line kind of in the sand that was broken on Friday. Breaking the trend line doesn't mean to buy, but that basically we're getting a more neutral market, and one where we could potentially see this market move higher. I think that right now breaking today's lows would be a negative in here, but more importantly, probably right around $9.20. So tune in to the live broadcast tonight. The link is right up on top of my blog, and we'll take a look at individual stocks and some more sectors as well.